What are you doing, you big weirdo?
Speedy. Well, today is officially the first day of autumn.
Yeah.
So these little monsters are going to start thinking about hibernating soon. So obviously every year it gets a bit darker, a bit cooler.
Look at that face.
Look at that face.
Look at that face.
Speedy and Gonzales start to think about hibernation. So what are we looking out for? Well, they just start to slow down. They'll sleep a lot more. They'll be less active during the day. They mooch around. And then slowly they start to stop eating. They'll start eating every couple of days, every 3 days, possibly every 4 days.
Do you have to change what you're feeding them when they start to slow down?
No, they still like exactly the same food. So watch this. He's had a strawberry. He will love a strawberry.
Oh yeah, he's really going for that
You can see he's going for that strawberry. Watermelon. Basically anything red they absolutely love, but he'll slow down, and then when it gets really cold they'll start to feel much colder.
Yeah?
So when you touch them you feel, oh they're much colder, you know, like you've got a can of Coke out the fridge.
Oh, finally
You
he's eating
think,
something.
wow, that's weird. And then what Speedy and Gonzales do, which always reminds me that they're ready for hibernation, they start to dig themselves into the ground a bit.
Alright.
Yeah, not all the way, still so top of their shells and everything, but they kind of got their legs in and dug themselves in a little bit, squished themselves down, and that is when I know they are ready for hibernation.
Okay.
And that is when I start to put them in the box, and then they come into the garage.
Alright, so they come out, so you don't let them stay, you don't hibernate them out here?
No, just in case it's last year it was a really cold,
Yeah, it was cold.
winter. I prefer to have them in, so I know it's a bit more stable, the temperature. I don't want it to drop too much, you know, if it drops too much they could get too cold, they could die. So you need to bring them in nice stable temperature. I don't really want it going below sort of -5, so we have them, you know, it can be cool and cold, but you don't want it freezing for a long period of time.
Okay.
So we bring them in at that point, but I reckon probably about another 5 or 6 weeks before we bring them in.
Okay, so that would be middle of November?
Middle of November, but that's because we're down south, it's a bit milder down here.
Yeah.
So if it was up north a little bit, you know, Watford, north of that, then it'd probably be a few weeks earlier, and the further up you go, the earlier it would be. Basically, you don't want them out here for a frost, really. You're like a tender plant, you're bringing them in at that point, so...
Okay. And how do you, what do you actually do to hibernate it over winter? What actually do you need?
Well, I pack them, I take them out and I make sure they're all dry, and I put them in a box, cardboard box, full of newspaper.
Yeah.
So wrap it round. I put their little house in there, so they had a broken pot in there, just a little cosy so they can cave into it, feel secure. I leave it open for a little bit, just check on them for a week or two, make sure they're settled down. You know, they're not roaming around in it. If they're still running around in that box, it's too warm for them.
Yeah.
Bring them back outside. If they're settled down and not really moving, they're not eating, they're not doing anything, then that's fine. Remove all the food from it, and then you can put them in the garage, and then check on her every 4 weeks. So at the moment, he's eating, and he's really loving that strawberry, isn't he?
He's a big fan of strawberries.
He is a big fan of strawberries, so he is still, and he's moving quite a bit, you know, so he's still quite lively. So we're still doing all right at the moment, but we'll keep an eye on him, and he will start to wind down probably in about the next 4 weeks, so you'll see a noticeable difference.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the information. It's great to see they're still alive. How long do they live?
Still alive. They'll outlive you, mate. They're about 150 years if you're lucky. 100 years. So yeah, they're only 18 at the moment, so they've got a while to go. So don't you worry. You know you're not going to have to worry about these tortoises at all.
No, thank you. All right. Well, thank you for your information. Thank you for talking about your lovely tortoises. What's their names again?
Speedy and Gonzales.
Where's the other one?
Hey. I was hoping you'd ask me that. Gonzales.
Do they come to you when they call them?
Oh, if they're not asleep, but Gonzales looked pretty sleepy now. There's Gonzales. He came home. Gladys, dinner time.
Surely it's just you just picked the same one up twice, didn't you?
I know, he's got much bigger.
Oh yes,
He's
yes.
much bigger now.
I can definitely tell that's a bigger one.
He came home and he is lovely. Aren't you gorgeous, aren't you?
So that's the one that escaped earlier in
Yes.
the year. Yeah. So if you've seen
Room in
any,
the village.
yeah,
He's heavy.
if you've seen any of these other videos on tortoises, you'll see that we had a bit of a drama with this one escaping. Yeah, there's a bit of a story to that which I won't go into right now.
Oh, look, this one's finished his strawberries onto his watermelon.
Oh,
and,
look.
he's doing well.
Yeah, big butt.
He's got a big butt.
Right, I
Anyway,
think we'll,
thank you for watching, and I will show you when I hibernate how we did that.
thank you and goodbye.